Power Platform did not create a new version of shadow IT. It changed what shadow IT is. The risk is no longer only unauthorized infrastructure or unapproved software. It is unmanaged data movement through citizen-built apps, flows, personal environments, and connectors IT may never have reviewed. Traditional shadow IT required technical expertise. Someone had to provision servers, install unauthorized software, configure network access. Power Platform removes those barriers. A business analyst can build a customer intake app, connect it to external services, and share it across departments without touching a server or opening a traditional IT request. The risk has shifted from infrastructure sprawl to data flow sprawl. An app may look harmless because it solves a departmental problem. A flow may look routine because it moves information between familiar systems. A connector may look acceptable because it was available inside the platform. But together, those decisions can move customer, financial, employee, or operational data through environments and services that were never designed as governed production systems. The scope surprise hits during the first comprehensive discovery. Enterprise environments typically contain 40 to 60% more Power Platform solutions than IT leadership estimates. Customer data flows through applications built in personal environments. Financial information gets processed by Power Automate flows connecting to unapproved third-party services. Departmental workflows handle regulated data through applications that never went through security review. A citizen-built application is not automatically a compliance problem. In many cases, it solves a real business problem faster than centralized IT could have delivered it. The risk appears when no one can answer basic governance questions. What data does the app process? Which connectors does it use? Is it running in a personal environment or a managed one? Who owns it after the creator changes roles? What happens if the flow fails? What evidence exists for audit or compliance review? This is why Power Platform governance cannot start only with written policy. A policy may say that regulated data cannot move through unapproved connectors, but if IT does not know which flows exist, which connectors they use, or which environments they run in, the policy is not enforceable. A policy may say that production applications require ownership and support, but if a department builds an app in a personal environment and the original creator leaves, ownership becomes a business continuity issue. A policy may say that citizen developers should follow approved patterns, but if those patterns are not built into environment strategy, data loss prevention policies, connector rules, and lifecycle monitoring, the responsibility shifts back to individual judgment. That is not a reliable governance model for enterprise use. The right question is not whether business users should build solutions. They already are. The right question is whether the organization has visibility, guardrails, and ownership models that make citizen development safe enough to scale. This is not about blocking innovation or slowing business velocity. Organizations need Power Platform capabilities to remain competitive. The problem is applying governance models designed for infrastructure control to a platform that democratizes application development. After 30 years of integrating Microsoft systems for mid to large enterprises in regulated industries, we have learned that the first governance problem is rarely the policy itself. It is the gap between how Power Platform is supposed to be governed and how apps, flows, connectors, data, and ownership actually spread across the organization. The first requirement is usage visibility before control design. Most organizations start with policy creation and miss the applications already running in production. Discovery should identify Power Platform solutions, data connections, sharing permissions, environments, ownership, and risk profiles. This work shows which integration patterns existing security frameworks do not address. The second requirement is data classification inside the platform. Traditional governance relies heavily on network parameters and access controls. Power Platform governance requires data loss prevention policies that understand which connectors can process specific data types. A customer service application should connect to approved CRM systems, but not to personal cloud storage devices. The third requirement is environment strategy. Development, testing, and production workloads need separation without eliminating citizen developer access. Business users need room to build and iterate. They also need guardrails that keep production data from flowing through experimental applications. Environment policies enforce those boundaries before the risk becomes a production issue. The fourth requirement is connector and licensing governance. Citizen developers should not need IT approval for every standard business connector. They should need to review before connecting regulated data to external services or using premium capabilities that affect budget, security, or support planning. The fifth requirement is lifecycle ownership. Power Platform applications require ongoing maintenance like any other business system. Someone needs responsibility for security updates, user access reviews, failure handling, data retention, and continuity when the original creator changes roles. Most citizen-built applications become risky not because they were built badly, but because ownership ends after the initial business problem is solved. Implementation should start with discovery, map existing solutions and their risk profiles, then implement environment separation and DLP policies for new development. After that, work through the existing application inventory and bring high-risk solutions into alignment with established governance standards. The goal is not to slow citizen development. The goal is to give business users clear paths for safe development while giving IT visibility into data flows, connector usage, ownership, and compliance exposure. Read the full article before tightening Power Platform controls. It explains how to move from policy intent to enforceable governance across discovery, environments, DLP rules, connector review, and lifecycle ownership. Power Platform governance is not about controlling innovation. It is about making innovation safe.